Hello, it's Randy Duck, and today we got 3 replays for you in the Tier 8 Czech medium tank, the General. I've recently already had some replays up on this tank, and I think at the time I said that hopefully I'll get some bigger ones for you while I free mark the tank. So that's what I've got for you here. This is the free mark, as the title says, it's the 2 games leading up to my free mark, and the final one where we achieved the third mark of excellence. So we're on proc. Which is obviously a brilliant map. I think we're middle tier. I think it's a tier 9 game, so we're pretty decent matchmaking, I would say, for this one. And there's 1 fun police in the game. So yeah, I mean, obviously the fun police and proc can be a problem, but at the same time they can be an asset, for getting the spotting damage for you as well. So when there's only 1, often I find you can, if you're in a tank like this with a bit of speed, with mobility, you can at least, there's things you can do to limit the chance of artillery shooting you. Obviously if I'm in a big slow like heavy or something coming up to this, then it's going to be a lot awkward for me. But we moved to this sort of first location so that we can try and spot up anything in a 1-2, or if we get any aggressive lights sort of pop round, maybe we get a few shots in. But this Vengeance, he's made an aggressive sort of move to the bowl. Now it's a brave move because you can obviously get good assistance from doing what he's doing. Unfortunately, when you've got a fun police in the game, generally speaking, when you go to the bowl that early, you do get targeted basically. So it can end up being a bit of a nuisance, which is what ended up happening to him. He gets focused by artillery, and he ends up sort of getting punished for going in there early. But like I say, sometimes it works well when you get all the assistance, so it's one of those things really, one of those gambles you take. But yes, we pushed over, we spotted this T49, we tried to get a few shots into him where we can, because obviously he's a top tier light tank, so I'd very much like to take him out if I could, but I don't get any shots into him, and this Vengeance just gets shut down by our friendly fun police, so he's come in handy for us there, because that Vengeance was keeping us proxy spotted, so it was a bit of a pain for us really. So I'm glad that our artillery and our team had the intelligence to take him out there, because he was the person to take out, so he did the right thing. So now he's dead, it's just a case of trying to take out these light tanks. We do manage to get a couple of shots into their T49. Obviously it's a top tier one, so I would like to take him out if I could. He does have to derp though, so I do have to be a little bit careful, because he does catch me out a bit later on, spoiler alert. But we're picking up a little bit of assistance here, so it's not bad. I'm being careful, there we go, there's a derp shot, he takes away half my health, destroys my crew. We try and get a few into him as he runs away. We get 1 and we get 1 trucking damage, because that's what happens. But yeah, so he's probably got better on me on this occasion. But hopefully we can see if we can get revenge a bit later on. But yeah, so it's a game, as you can see while I'm reloading, there's not much point. This is a good thing about being in one of these autoloaders like this. When I am reloading, I can just drive around a bit more erratically to try and avoid getting shot by the artillery, because obviously I'm not keeping poking up to get shots. Hopefully when I get unspotted he gets bored and he might just focus on other targets basically. There's not much point, like right now I'm reloading, there's no point me staying there, because if I keep moving now I'm far less likely to get shot, so I might as well go up there. Now I've lost my spot, I can come up. And the good thing about the General over the Ragnarok, I'd say, is because the reload's only 20 seconds, the time I lost my spot there, I was pretty much, probably about 5 or 6 seconds left, and then I was ready to go again. So you don't really feel like you're out of the fight that long, which is always, that is the plus. Obviously I would say the Ragnarok's better, but the more I played this tank, I actually really enjoyed having that short reload. It came in quite nice. So yeah, got onto the game. It's pretty 50-50 right now. All the way through this game, there's been no clear winner where one team's getting away with it, which is always quite nice to play. It's much more better. I hate those games where you get the complete, either your team demolishes them or they demolish you. It's never that fun. The games where they're a bit more balanced in this, you have to put a bit more effort in to make sure you get the win. They're the fun ones, I think. So at the moment I was just seeing where I can get my shots in. I am, you know, unfortunately for me, their fun police is basically being taken out. So that is brilliant, because now I don't have to worry about that, and the only thing I have to worry about is probably getting shot by this Conway at the moment, which I can see, which I know is going to be sitting down the 1-2 line. So I do have to be a little bit careful when I poke up because of that. But now I've got the freedom of not having to worry about the fun police. I've taken note that the light tanks sort of full send are heavy on the right, but I wasn't reloaded, so I couldn't really help them out at the time. And the time I'm sort of reloaded, I believe he gets away. But I did take note, because generally when that happens, they're probably going to do it again. Like, they'll keep trying until they either kill their target or they die. So I've taken note that light tank's done that, and hopefully maybe I can get a few shots in as he tries it again. But at the moment I'm just seeing if I can spot up to stuff down the 1-2. I know there's probably a light tank in this bush, because as I poke up I get spotted. So there we go, there was the T-49. I would like to take him out, but I spotted this light tank's gone in again. As I say, he's gone back in, because they always do. I'm going to try and get shots into him to help out my friendly tank, if I can. We get one nice shot in there and actually damages his engine, which is brilliant. And then we get a second shot in, we put him on a 1 shot. We're waiting to see if he pokes up again, see if we can get the kill confirmed, but our Conqueror manages to take him out there. So yeah, so I thought I'd manage to help a buddy out there, which was quite nice, because it's always a bit of a nuisance when you get one of them lights that's full send you like that. And then I hate it when you're in a situation where you are the Conqueror and no one's helping you, and you're just thinking, look, this guy should be getting shot at, but he's not. But thankfully we was able to. I'm lining up a shot in the track wheel. Obviously I'm going for the free marks, and if you don't know this already, when you're free marking, you either get the assistance for spotting, or you get the assistance for the track damage. You don't get both. You get whichever is highest. So me doing that track damage might not have been the best idea there, but I wanted to track him just because I wanted the deadly tank out of the game if I could. This light tank, he's coming in for me, but he's made a mistake. I'm an autoloader. We put a shot into him. He gets tracked by our team, and we managed to take him out, which was good, because if not, we would have died there for sure, because he had that dirt gun, and that means I would have died solely to him, because the only shot of damage I've taken so far was from that light tank. So I'm glad we managed to take him out there and not die. Now this game's looking a lot more winnable, isn't it? We're looking a lot more in a stronger position as a whole for the team. Most of their tanks had pushed now up to the hill, or always on the hill camping. And as I say, generally speaking, the people that go to the hill, I have to be a little bit careful what I say here, because obviously everyone is entitled to play the game how they would like to play it. But generally I find that people that go to the hill, often, I don't think it's the greatest play, because you get sort of stuck there and you're not really helping your team, because basically you've got to think now, the whole game's gone ahead and they've only just now won the hill basically, and often they don't even win the hill, and now they've won it, I know exactly where they are, so I don't have to be that worried about them, because I can go up and just kill the rest of the guys, and then from this position here I can easily shoot the guys on the hill. They're very sort of stuck there now. So that's the thing, because the only real advantage you've got from the hill is basically if you've got people where I am now and they're distracted, sometimes you can get shot down on them from the hill, but you very rarely win the game from going to hill. Generally what you'll find has happened is the other people win you the game, and then maybe you have a good game yourself, but it's very rarely that you win from that position. That's my my opinion anyway. Maybe, I'd like to say everyone can be entitled to play the game however they want to, but that's just my opinion. I'll see if I can get a shot into this light tank. We want to reload now, and we know this light tank's got no health left, so I'm not even going to bother going after him. I'm actually going to I was just going over here to see if I spotted him, but then I'm thinking I'm going to go, you know what, the most hit points is on this Oni now, so I'm going to go down there and see if we can take him out, or even if we spot him and then our artillery hits him, we get a bit more assistance off of him basically. But I think this is the easiest bit of damage we're going to get now, because we had a decent game. We had 3.5k damage, 3.5k assistance, but would like to get a little bit more. Like I say, we're going for the marks, so any little bit extra now is going to increase it nicely. Now we see him here, we put one shot into him, he's turned around, we put second in the drive wheel, we take him out. Now there's only 2 tanks remaining, so we're just going to push up. We know exactly where they are. They were basically on the sort of hill location, or right near our spawn. So we're just going to head down there, just hope that we are the first person to spot the light tank and able to get a shot into him. We'll be reloaded the time we get there, and like I say, we're just, he's only on like 200 hit points, so either way it's not going to give us a lot more damage out of it, but anything extra is nice. We spot him there, you see he's only 161 hit points left anyway. We're hoping that maybe we'll get there, but unfortunately we don't. He gets shut down by our friendly tank, and that's it for this one. So all what's left to do is get to the results screen and we'll see how we got on. So we picked up 3 kills, 3,873 damage, 3,260 assistance. Also we've got the second mark, got the ace tanker, got over sort of 2,000 base XP, so it was a pretty decent game. So I hope you enjoyed that one, but we've got more to come, and I'll see you in a bit for the second replay. So I'm back, and we've got the second replay. This time we're on Ghost Town, and we're actually in the new mode, the multi-base. Now, I played multi-base on Ghost Town a lot in comp, but I've never, when I was playing competitively, but I've never played it obviously in pub games. This was the first time, so obviously I don't really know how it's going to plan out, so I was sort of adjusting a little bit at the start, and I was just sort of winging it. So I decided that I'm going to use my speed. I was going to push down like the AB line, and just thinking if they pushed over, maybe I'd spot them. If I was aggressive enough, I might spot them first. And we've got a fun police on our team, so maybe we'll get a bit of assistance. You've got to think there's only limited areas of Ghost Town for the fun police to sort of destroy and take souls. So there's only like certain areas where he's going to get shots. One of the places is going to be, and you can see where he's positioned himself. It's going to be sort of the A9, B or B9, that sort of area, in front of us. So I'm thinking if I spot them up here, maybe I'll get a bit of assistance. So we do spot some stuff up there. We do take a bit of a gamble, because obviously now we've got to try and dodge if we can get out of there, which we could have got punished. We do get slapped once, but we light them up, we get a little bit of assistance, and there we go. The fun police, I believe, just hit something, and we're now on 1,000 assistance. So yeah, it's quite a nice little result. And the start of the game, we've only lost 1 pen for that, and we're on like 1,200 assistance. So on a map like this, on Ghost Town, to get any sort of assistance is good. So that's always quite a nice start to the game. It relieves the pressure when you're going for the marks. And now I know I don't need to do as much damage. But having said that, we're moved into a sort of dominant position. We've seen this IS-2M. There is a chance I can set them on fire through the trap wheel, and I actually do with the third shot. That's the thing with obviously the autoloaders. If someone's got like a 10% chance, let's say, of fire, that's going to be like 30%, when I shoot it with the third shot. So we do actually manage to set them on fire, which was nice. That gave us a little bit more damage. Doesn't take long for our reload to be back, and we're going to see if we can sort of catch him out here and hopefully get the kill. We get one shot through the lower plate. We try and get the second one. We just squeeze it in, managing to pick up another kill. And yeah, now like I say, we're just having a little think about where we're going to put a clip. We don't have to think for that long before we're even reloaded. As we can see, this seems a good location. They seem to have pushed across the other side, and from here I'm hoping we can get a few shots in. We take out this jackal, and we've got a shot in the T29. Our first shot doesn't go in, we don't let it fully aim. We do, obviously we're down to sort of 500 hit points now, so we have to be a little bit more mindful. But this is a good thing. Obviously we've got a reloader. I'm using a small map now because I felt like this is a sort of the situation where I'm going to want to know exactly where they are, because I'm in a tank where I do have that speed and mobility to flank them and try and create a second angle. Because what you don't want to do in this scenario, you see all our teams fighting in that one little corner there. You don't want to go and fight alongside your team with a tank like this, because then all the teams got no pressure, because they only have to worry about one angle. What you want to do is create a second angle. So the first thing to do is going to take out this Hellcat. He's on a one shot, and now as you can see, these guys which were when fighting my team in that corner, they're now having to worry about getting a shot from both sides. So they're now pointing, and that's just a simple thing by me moving slightly over to this ridge. That's why that little mini map was quite useful there. and it's just to be brave enough to not follow the pack, just to use the pack to your advantage. Basically, we're using our guys as bait, which allows me to get 3 shots into this guy now while he's completely distracted. And I do get a shot in return from the SCG, but it doesn't matter. We was able to take 1 shot, and this game's pretty much wrapped up now. But like, I mean, that's just one of those things where taking that little angle allowed me to get easy shots into him, and it was just a simple case of I moving a tiny bit more. So that's what I say. A lot of the time, the difference between having lots of good games, obviously everyone can have a good game, but the difference between having good games consistently is just a map awareness. Map awareness generally is, or in my opinion, it's more important in gun skill a lot of the time. Obviously the gun skill helps, but the biggest and most important thing is just to be aware of that map. Now we can see this Lancer C, we know this is going to be the last bit of damage we can get because it's the last tank alive. Well, you manage to get all 3 shots into it then, which is really good. Now I'm thinking that's going to be my lot, which if it is on Ghost Town, it's not a terrible result. But we're going to just push down there and hope that we'll get our reloading in time, and maybe we'll get a few more shots of damage in. So we poke up, we see the Lance and C, I missed the first shot, we get a second one in, and that's going to be our lot now. But as I say, that's a pretty decent result, isn't it? We've kept this 1 shell because just in case he pokes up and we manage to snap it in. But all that's left now is get to the results screen, and we can see exactly how we got on. So we picked up 4 kills, 3,975 damage, 1,255 I believe assistance. So yeah, we moved up a little bit on a mark. All in all, a pretty decent result really for a map like that, only a 5-minute game. So yeah, all that's left is obviously 1 replay left where we achieve our 3rd mark. And yeah, if I stop talking for a minute, I'll see you in a bit. Hello, so we're back again for the final replay, and that means this is the one where we achieve our 3rd mark of excellence. We're very top tier on this one, which is nice. I mean, it's one of those things, it's nice, it is good to be top tier, but I don't always mind being bottom tier, as long as I'm not completely bottom tier, because like from my point of view, it just means there's more hit points in the game. So it's one of those things. I definitely would prefer to have +1 matchmaking, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's just one of those ones where when you have a bit more hit points, it can lead to having bigger games because more hit points are available. But obviously at the same time, you're in a disadvantage, aren't you, because you're in a lower tier tank, which is obviously not going to be as good as the top tier tanks. But yeah, we're on Overlord, and we're going to push from this spawn to our sort of usual position, which we start off with, which I will show you obviously when we get there in a minute. There's basically this little rock in front of me. I like to push up there because then you can try and get shots in at anything over peaks while concealing like my tank by these rocks. As you see, I've got shots of this light tank here, but the rest of my tank is concealed by the rocks, so really it limits the angle which I can get shot at while I'm putting shots in. So we get 1 into the light, and he then gets taken out by our friendly Iron Rain, which is a cracking result. So I was going to stay around this position for a little bit longer, but I saw down the down the line on the left hand side of the map, but our team is pushed in. So while they're doing that, I'm going to take advantage of that, push in, take the bow, and get a shot into this guy, get my clip in while he's distracted. We track him in place, we actually set him on fire, so we get lucky for that, and we only take 1 shot in return. So that was a great result really. And now we put the enemy team under immense pressure, because now we've taken this bow, it means that, and we've taken the sort of 9 line over the left hand side. These guys, this team took he doesn't know what to do now, because he's got me putting my clip in and he's got team pushing him. Like I say, that's what it was, just that little small bit of awareness to spot, but our team was engaging, and then not to hesitate, just to go in, know what you want to do. I'm going to take the bowl, my team's there anyway, and I'm going to get my shots in. It's just about the right time, because obviously you always want to win this bowl, because if you can, you've got an advantage over the team. But you have to do it when it's okay to do it, because obviously if you do it too early when you've got no support, the enemy are just just going to full send in and take you out. But I had the support, so I was okay to do it. We did eat a few shots doing this, but we do manage to get a kill and get a few shots in. So I think it was worth it in the end. We're down to 600 hit points now though, so we do have to be careful. So we're going to use this house and just see if we can get any more shots in. Like I say, I'm having to be a little bit more cautious now. I don't really want to eat another shell. But we managed to dump 3 shots into the side of this IS-3, which is brilliant. I'm a little bit, concerned. Obviously, the fun police could shoot me here, but our tanks are right in their spawn now, so I'm kind of trusting that I wouldn't be the prioritised shot at the moment. That's what you would suspect anyway. Doesn't mean it's going to be the case, but that's what I'm gambling on. And we're moving in now. I don't want to let the pace of this game get away from me. We've had a decent start. We had 3,000 damage, but I'm just looking to see where am I going to dump my clip. Where's the next bit of damage? I'm always checking the health. You see, I'm scanning over there. That's because I'm checking the health of the tank. Because even once I've dumped my clip onto this guy, I'm already thinking, where is the next, the clip going to be? I've forced my reload because I'm not going to mess about with one shot, especially when it's only got a 20-second reload. We spotted this A15. Now we're thinking the time we get there, we should, in theory, be able to eat one shot from him and then get behind him. And I can take one shot, so I'm completely happy if he shoots me once, which he does. I'm now behind him, and there's just no chance, unfortunately, for this guy to kill me now. So we managed to finish him off. And there's 3 tanks left. They push down the beach because the beach rush never wins. So just don't make that mistake of pushing down the beach, because just think about it, right? The beach is just a tiny percentage of the map. So even if you push all the way down there, you've given up so much map control. So generally speaking, you don't want to do a beach rush. It's not a wise plan. When it works, it's just luck, to be honest with you. We get a good fortune there. We put the first shot into, we shot where his engine was. We just got lucky that it did set him on fire. We then immediately went for the track wheel to see if we can pick up any more assistance, but we only picked up 54. But yeah, no, it's a good result anyway. So now we're just hoping, can we just get one more clip in? And fortunately for us, this heavy is pushed all the way down to our base, and he's not lost any hit points. That's mainly because he's probably not had to fight anyone yet. So we're pushing down and we're hoping we can get a clip in. But we go for the track shot there. That was a bit poor. We do it again, not great. And out of that we get 1 pen in. I think, I wish I could take those shots back, but I can't do that now. I think that was a bad clip by me. If I aimed them better, I could have, he's a heavily armoured tank. I'm shooting APCR, but I could have done more. But it is what it is. We're just hoping, can we get reloading? Can we get another shot in? But we don't. He gets taken out. But all in all, it's still been a good game, and we'll get to the results and we'll see exactly what we did. So we get 3 kills, 4,976 damage. We get a mighty 54 assistance, the haste caliber, high caliber, but we get the important 3 mark of excellence. And yeah, as always, that's the end of the replay, guys, and I really hope you like it. But yeah, as always, happy tanking.